Hello there, friend. Welcome to Start Early Today, your daily dose of mindfulness and positivity. Today's insight is by the poet Wordsworth Longfellow. And he said, "The best thing to do when it's rainy is to just let it rain." And this reminds us to embrace the things that are out of our control. That when it rains, we just get wet. And when it's sunny, we just get a little sweaty and sticky, and it's no big deal to flow with a bigger picture, to flow with a higher order. Because the thing that makes us suffer is our yielding, our forcing for things to be a certain way. We're forcing for things to be in accord with our preferences, our likes and dislikes, and these are nothing but limitations that we impose onto ourselves. So today in your quiet meditation and in your walk, may you embody and tap into the bigness of yourself. Oh, hello there, little puppy. It's okay. I'm just a human walking, embracing the bigness of everything around you. And this can be done by tuning into nature, going on a walk, tuning into your breath, for your breath happens involuntarily. That is automated. It runs on autotelic, much like the Tao and the seasons. We have very little to do with how things are going to be. We have very little control over circumstances that are outside of us. And practicing our freedom to manage and cultivate intentionally, to have a good attitude over the things that are presented to us. Because life is about managing how we perceive. Life is about managing how we make of the lot that we are given. So today may we let go of blame, resent, and complaining. This reminds me of a quote that I really like. It says, "Never be heard complaining, even to oneself, and it shall save you a whole lot of heavy-heartedness." You know, you can let go of the drudgery because you have the choice. You always have the choice, moment to moment. If you can see dread or dread coming, you can automatically switch it to the positive side of things. Switching your "I got to" "I get to" is a very useful tool. Making some time to look at the flowers, count your blessings. Gratitude is an attitude we can always choose. And watching the mind, watching over our thoughts is a very important skill that we need to learn. I wonder why it has not been taught in school. I think the first thing that is needed to be taught as a human is how to manage the mind. But thanks to the teachers that are out there, just like Sadhguru's book, Inner Engineering, he uses language with he uses scientific language to teach what seems to be mythical or etherical. Same with the author Joe Dispenza, wherein He uses science because that is what we are accustomed to. That is what we believe to be true. We have so devoted ourselves to the intellect and matter and science. But all of those branches of knowledge, science, math, music, and the arts and literature, words, they're all the same thing. It's all made up of energy. Okay, the hum of the bird and the flowers, they're all interconnected. And the beauty that you see in your life, that is what makes us human. The beauty that you see in each and every moment of your life, the triumph and tribulations of your days, of your journey. Try to look back at your life 5 years ago. What were you dealing with, and how have you overcome? A quiet assessment, and you can do an audit of your actions, and then you can foresee the future for the next 5 years. Where is your life gonna go? And we can live life by design, by jotting things down, by really acknowledging what is important. If we get an inspirational hit or an insight that really lights us up, we can write it down and dig deeper on embodying it by asking, why am I interested in this? Where am I being pulled by my spirit? What am I being called to do? Because serving something that is higher and bigger than our superficial pleasures, that is where true meaning is. And meaning keeps us going. Meaning and purpose keeps us alive, and it gives us energy, and it opens up opportunities for us to become more of ourselves, more sculpted, pruned, and purified to become the one that is being actualized, being prepared for a big mission. What is it for you, my friend? What does that look like? Imagine the best version of yourself that you can be. Who is that? And we can create it through creative visualization. It starts with silence, and you can affirm whatever is life affirming and be an exemplification of the virtues that rings true. All the mystics and all of the versions of yourself that you look up to, anything that you see on the internet, people who have overcome, they're also you. There's no difference. There's no barrier. It's all just but one human. I like to see it that way. Because God just, how should I say, exploded and divided itself into a myriad of forms. When the Big Bang happened, the magical, if you believe in the Big Bang or whatever theory of creation you believe in, when it exploded, it just started dividing itself. Cell by cell, particle by particle, thought by thought, and it has transformed into flowers, trees, animals, minerals, dust, and it conjured up into you. You are on the leading edge, now listening. Why are you listening here? Why? Because you want to learn. You want to learn, you want to explore. This is kind of an adventure within the psyche. Because that is where we exist most of the time, in our heads. But That's not all that there is, my friend. Beyond your intellect, and even beyond enlightenment, there's a quiet place. A place where we all came from. The wholeness, the source, that eternal peace that is deep-seated within your spine. That we've been there, and we're only here to sculpt. We're only here for a little while. It's just a little seminar. Look at your life as just a quick curriculum that runs for 100 years. And this time-space reality is, this 3D one is so small. If you see the smallness of this lifetime, you can also see the grandness and the part that you play with it, and you're just gonna be thankful that you had the experience of being you for a set number of years. And what was it? It was full of connections, it was full of color, experiences, discovery, a whole lot of learning, a whole lot of resistance. When we resist to learn, when we resist to love, and then bam, nature pushes us, and then we discover that, oh, nature was right all along. I should not have been holding on to this piece of rock. Okay, using the rock as an analogy, when you let go, a whole lot of new things shall present itself to you. So today, may we open our eyes and allow the beauty to just run through. And it starts with your thought and what you think. What do you think? What do you think is this all about? Wherever you may be, all over the world, you may be, it's still fascinating that we're still on Earth. It's so small. The Earth is so small. You can just fly. You can just book a ticket and use the apps, and then you'll get a rate that is so convenient for you. Okay? And see other parts of the world and see reflections of yourself through other human beings. And to just be a courageous agent of love with just smiles and light and a wonderful, beautiful contributor that adds to the beauty, that adds color to this thing called life. I hope you enjoyed this one. I have enjoyed my walk. The sun is so bright, and the sounds of the animals are echoing all across from the horizon, and the birds. And if you open up your eyes, really, if you truly open the eyes of the heart too, you'll discover that it is paradise, that there's plenty. Like this squirrel dude is just managing his or her way through the buffet of flowers. So many, so much, so may this beauty be upon you. Please share. Let's spread the good vibrations all across the earth. We've been blessed with technology. Do you guys think in the ancient times they were more technological? I think they can just communicate through thought. I was listening to the book of The Law of One by the consciousness of Ra, channeled by a human being. And Ra explained that they are a fourth density consciousness that tried to communicate with humans, trying to prepare us for harvest. Harvest? What does that even mean? Maybe when we are prepared to surrender, or maybe when we are no longer afraid. But the government at that time had a misunderstanding and mismanaged the information. It ended up as a war, as civilizations and as history does. Power tends to collapse onto itself. It tends to destroy itself. But we can get out of that delusion of there is something to protect and there is something wrong that we need to fix. All is here, all is well, all is. We can go deeper by embodying all is neutral. And that is our thinking just makes it so. Nothing is ever too bad nor too good. It just is. It just goes round and round. It just goes, and the music just goes on. I found some bars here along my walk. Maybe I'll bang out some pull-ups. And I hope you are doing great. And that's it. Check out my latest offerings with in the kitchen. It's called makepuretheyheart.com. And for some inspiration and mindfulness coaching, go to startearlytoday.com. And if you're on Substack, my Substack is called makepuretheyheart.com. Make that your mantra. Make pure thy heart and live thy life rich, sweet, and beautiful. That's it for today. Namaste.